a little
Like,
bit of controller buttons.
that's
But were you doing it purposefully
not
louder?
acceptable. But
I don't care. This is
I
my
don't.
video. It means the
It's
quality
not a video.
is I guess yeah stream, which I think is live. Although because of
I'll be the
silly
judge of that.
annoying
It's
OBS,
live.
we are live.
Oh,
With
I should probably mute the stream because I don't need that. Okay, I'm gonna moderate.
with the with this, we're here. Um,
What?
we're doing a thing. We're doing the thing I mentioned on Saturday, and Harry's here now, so that's
Did you
nice.
mention it? Oh yeah, you did. You
Yeah,
did.
I was. Yeah, it was a
The
pilot.
submarine.
It was a shot in the dark. I guess this is probably I mean it's
Shut in the dark.
was it just a couple
It's a
days
walk
ago
in the
because it
park.
feels so long ago.
Well, it was over a week ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it's last Saturday.
All right, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, good. Yeah, I thought it happened last Saturday and I was really freaking out. But okay, cool.
It did
But
happen
yeah,
last Saturday.
well, no, last Saturday we streamed. That was this set. But this set. Point is, welcome to this. If you're watching it after it was live, you're watching it as probably a normal video, but we are live streaming this so people can join in and we can get some funky new ideas in because
You're also probably better, more capable of interpreting Tyler's words than I am because he does not
yes,
come through very clear to me.
all right, that's always good. Um,
Well, yeah, it's patchy, right? So it's like sometimes it's just like, oh, it's fine, and then you get immediately lulled into a false sense of security, which is immediately upturned by bad times.
I think there actually is a little bit of that because I'm looking at the stream thing and occasionally it goes red and you do stutter a little bit, but that's not often. And hopefully, yeah. But this is new series. Hopefully, probably, almost definitely. Depends how many people tune in. That's probably going to be how long this is. I'm going to get rid of this text because I imagine it's a very weird thing to be looking at.
No, don't.
It's too late. It's fading away. There is no such thing as an undo button, so it's now gone forever, never to be heard of again. For anyone that didn't see the video, the new video, not the new video, last Saturday's one where I piloted this. Basically, we're gonna design a enemy. There's new enemies on the way. Yeah, we. This might be more you run this time because I got to make my one last week. We're gonna do your one this week maybe, and then hopefully people tune in, and we'll start seeing some.
What do you mean by my one?
You're gonna come up with something. You're gonna come up with a creature of the night.
What the fuck?
The Hoxies, right here, right now. I'm gonna just slap on this orange. I'm gonna hold on. There we are. Let's D R G, and then it stands for design. A random Glyphid. Except once again, it doesn't have to be Glyphid. It's just for the sake of this.
Oh, you're missing a letter.
Why? Where?
No, H.
Better? Or is it over here?
Well, it's not before the P, is it?
Well, I thought it might have been.
Oh, glphid.
Glyphid. It's a foreign one of a Glyphid.
Well, a glyph is like any kind of. What the fuck?
What?
I'm just looking at the ocean currently. Out the window because I can see it from the
all
window.
consuming? Is it?
No,
Is it
it's just that
2012?
a couple minutes ago, I saw a big boat that like a submarine. Now I'm seeing a boat that is lower down in the water. It's like I can see less of it, and it's like it's as if it was a submarine and it's gone below the water a little bit. Glyphid submarine. What is that? Are you trying to do my? What? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't risk doing the rest. That's Harry, everyone. You can tell by the nose. You
Cunt.
I think
Monkey, what the fuck?
he's gonna
He's just
have
typing soy bug, soy bug, soy bug, soy bug, soy bug.
soy bug. Oh
No, we're not doing a. What's a soy? Is that a thing, or is he just being a silly goof?
Soy bug. All right, let's think about it.
Apparently he's good now.
Soy inherently means that you're weak and pathetic. So I think if we go by that, I think it's gonna have like this. We're gonna do soy bug. Everything is wobbly with the soy bug because
What?
he can't hold up his own weight.
Wait, we're doing soy bug.
Yeah, this soy bug. And he's, I guess he should be white. He should be covered in soy.
No, it's Glyphid
Soy
breast
all over
feeder.
him. Or look at
What's the soy bug? Sounds like another passive creature, doesn't it? Hello, unschmoggled the assistant. Soy bug? Question mark.
I thought
I
you'd
think
appear.
I think we're doing soy bug.
Soy bug.
No. Like let's design a random soy bug.
Yeah.
Stop missing the H. Why can't you spell glyphid? No, make the Chad bug. Maybe we should make them both. They should be a pair.
It should be based on the meme. Bug. Hold on, let me find the meme, and then we'll make like a glyphid based on like both. You probably can't see me looking up. If you can, something's going wrong. But I'm looking up the soy
it's fine.
soy versus Chad meme, and I'll try and put it in the reference, not the reference. You'll see, Chad.
It's just it's like I really want there to be sort of twins style enemy where they come in pairs, but they're not the twins. Sort of like hunters from Halo, where the hunters are kind of like mini bosses, but they're not because they're just sort of normal enemies, but they're always put in particular locations. They're mini bosses, but they're always in pairs. But they're the same though. That's the thing. In this case, they're different. The soy bug and the chat bug.
I had to download this image. All right, I think
How Tyler sounds the same, but Harry's in the World War One trenches.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh fuck!
Are you actually using your mic or are you using
Look,
your
I'm not.
earphones?
I'm using my earphones.
Yeah, it's got earphone mic quality. Aren't you coming through the laptop? Couldn't you just use your mic?
I could. Oh, look at that.
It
Soy
might
Jack
be
and
worth it.
Chad.
Alright, so you can see it. Well, Harry, you can see it. I'm gonna see if Chang. Oh, they can slightly see it. Just you can see it at the top right there. I might move it a little bit. This is a reference. We're gonna. I think I'll just keep making like. Actually, no. Let's erase this. Although I quite like this. But in fact, I'm gonna
a reference. Okay, I've connected my mic. I don't know if it.
You do
changed.
sound better.
Okay, good. Is this better now, Monkey? Also, Monkey, I got to question you. What the fuck is your new Xbox profile picture? It's terrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. And I think that's the point.
We'll grab this, and he's going to be in the top right corner from now on.
It looks like SpongeBob Ice Cone, but he's like enshrouded in darkness.
Just alright. I forgot that's not how this works. All right.
SpongeMan Ice Cone. What is he doing there? Is that the watermark?
I don't know. I like him, but I don't want to erase him, so he's staying there. He's just going to be watching over us for health and
series
prosperity.
mascot.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I mean, normally a mascot's like a barrel, and I'm kind of afraid to draw it because it will reveal the fact that I didn't actually draw a current one. I stole from. No, I didn't steal.
He did.
There was. I think it's Wix or like some web page creator. It helps you make like logos, and I basically just did that, and then just like instead of paying for it like it wants you to, I just screenshotted it, and that's how we got it.
I didn't this at all.
Well, it had like a barrel, and then I just added like a dot in the middle for the eye, and then just screenshot.
The problem is an eye, unless you decide it looks like an eye.
I decided
the
it looks like
intruder.
an eye.
Unless in your head it's like, oh, it's meant to be an eye. Then it looks like an eye, but it's to be told it looks like an eye.
Yeah. Either way.
Or it's meant to be an eye.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll do like this. No, that's shit. Soy. There we are.
Well, that's what the woodlouse was. Apparently, it's a sow bug or sow bug.
And then let's.
I don't know why it has to be in white.
I don't know. We'll make the Chad. That looks like a G. I made that a G. Chad is in black. You can take that message however you want, but it's just because now they stand out. All right.
I like playing chess with bald men in the park. So sometimes it's hard to find 32 of them. That is a good photo of Harry.
Yeah, this is just your face cam.
Shut up!
That's what this is. This is just Harry face
Hold
cam.
on.
What isn't it normally? You have like an orange, slightly.
Down in the corner, I'm actually. Hold on.
There.
Can you move me around?
I don't think I can make them see you. Or do you mean the actual thing?
I look terrible. It looks like Zack Snyder color corrected my footage.
No, you're staying up here because it's a pain in the ass otherwise. Alright, there we are. Now I press this button and everything goes back to good. Alright.
Beat my friend in chess twice despite never playing chess in my life. I beat my dad at chess every time because he's an idiot.
I play against Tom, I wouldn't say somewhat regularly, too often for it to not be, random. And I've never won.
Never
won, to no one's surprise. Alright, so what features of the soy should... I think the Glyphid needs the glasses, really, right? I mean... I think
What do you mean the Glyphid needs the glasses? What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, the Glyphid's...
This is supposed to be serious.
It's gonna have its mouth... His mouth, this is his mouth. The mouths are easy to simplify. So essentially, we'll do this, and it's gonna have its teeth like this, so he's doing this like wah! What sounds do Glyphids make? You should know it, Harry. It's probably in your fucking dreams, I'd imagine. Like every waking moment, you can hear.
No, they don't. I know exactly what they sound like. I can't replicate it though.
Yeah.
I'm not a genius.
And so I think the glasses are gonna have to go up here. Are they?
Nactera Warden. Well, that's probably gonna happen. I'd prefer the Nactera Warden to be not just a straight up Warden, as in it's like there's a common suggestion, at least amongst ourselves, of other types of what the fuck is this? Of other types of wardens. So maybe an attacking one or speed or something. But I don't think they should be more Glyphid wardens. I think they should be wardens for other species, and they should be different. As in the Nactera equivalent of a warden wouldn't be a defensive one. It would probably make them fly around faster. Look at this guy.
I'm not sure what we do.
I sort of have this idea of the soy Glyphid. I sort of have the idea of the soy Glyphid running away from everything.
Yeah.
And the Chad one being completely unfazed by anything.
Which is essentially just a soy Glyphids are all of them that are vulnerable to fear, and the Chad Glyphids are not that. The Chad Glyphids are just oppressors.
Well, no, the soy Glyphid would be feared if anything touches it.
Yeah, any sort of damage immediately sends it into a state of panic. Alright, let's actually use... I don't often use layers because I'm kind of shit, but I am going to do that because it will allow me to colour in a lot easier. Hopefully I'm doing it right, and I should just be able to just go warm.
But the Chad actually gets stronger if the soy Glyphid is too far away from it. So you actually want to avoid scaring the soy Glyphid.
Well, maybe the Chad could get stronger with maybe more followers, little soy gimps,
Well, yeah, there'll be one like the Chad one could be like an oppressor type level enemy, like sort of a mini boss almost. And he has soy minions.
I think instead of crying, the soy glyphid is drooling. I think that'll be our solution to him not owning eyes. There we are.
I mean, if it were say a boss, then the idea would be like it would have a bunch of soy minions, but it's a boss fight where you're not meant to kill the minions because it actually makes the Chad stronger if the minions like run away or too far away or are dead.
Or it like always kind of equals out the difficulty, right? Like because there's at the beginning tons of soys and a Chad, and so it's pretty difficult. But as you kill the soys, the Chad does get stronger, so it never really gets any easier. It's
Is he just going to be pure white? Is he just?
I mean, the soy's pure white. I mean, I don't know.
Are you really going to go with that color scheme? Because I don't mind.
I'm thinking. I'm sticking to the meme. I'm basing a lot of it on the meme. So
the Chad bug strut.
Yeah, Chad bug. I think. We'll still make it a glyphid now. All right, let's try and. Shit. How this is a lot easier because all you have to do is give the fucking glasses, which this guy has too. I mean, I guess it probably should have done like these things, but it's too late for that. But now I'm gonna have to give a fucking glyphid a beard. I think. I think it's like or a huge ass chin, either or.
Oh my god, a big chin. Yeah. He could have like blonde armor. It's like some like spiky blonde armor. It looks like hair.
Yeah. All right, let's just try and. This is really. I'm hitting outside my weight here. I feel like the mouse is going to be smaller because I imagine the Chad one is going to be rather large. These mouths tend to be pretty closed because he's too high mind Sigma to really to be screaming and bitching.
Glyphid, Soitanol, and Chad.
Alright, let's go with that. It's been a while since I've actually drawn a Glyphid, which is kind of annoying, because I would need a reference, but I'm too busy got this fucking soy jack fucking thing meme. Alright, so I guess you just need to give him a...
The guy in the corner, he's giving me the bombastic side eye. I don't even know what that means. I keep seeing this thing, it's like the bombastic side eye. I just don't know what it means. No, I'm actually doing this. We are actually doing this. Can't believe I derailed this stream this fast. Well, Tyler said I had to come up with the idea anyway, so it was not gonna. Well, actually, my original idea was going to be like a scorpion, so maybe it would have been better.
Well, we're not just gonna do this. This is a warm up. I would say, and I'm really struggling here. I guess that the top hair, like here is hair, that's gonna be like plating, and I guess it'll go like all the way up.
It looks a bit testicular. It looks a bit.
And then I guess like fuck. I mean, I really haven't thought ahead here. I could always forget to add their arms probably early. All right, his arms are going to be fucking huge, I guess, right? Because that makes sense. There's probably thicker plating. The under bit there, the bit that does that.
Oh my god, he's got like muscles. He's got what the fuck.
And I don't know. He would have like thick ass fucking other legs, like just wads.
I do like the idea. I actually kind of like the idea of all of his legs being the same size.
like the same as like the front legs.
All the big ones. Yeah.
Let's do that then.
I mean, do Glyphids have a definitive number of legs? They must do, right?
I think so.
I think it's like 6 plus
6 little ones, 2 big ones, like crabs.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Actually, yeah. So they actually do have 8 legs, which is why they're like spiders. So this guy's going to look like a spider because he's going to have all his legs be the same size.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess this other one would be like over here. And then
I really like the. I mean, I kind of like the idea that you could actually run underneath it. I don't know about that.
So fucking.
I mean, I want that.
That would be a.
It wouldn't necessarily be a glyphid. It could be a glyphid. But it'd be like basically a stilts enemy.
I think the caretaker should have done that. I think the caretaker.
Do you remember those
flies,
things from?
it should have flown high enough.
Do you remember those things that you were terrified of in Borderlands 2 in the swamp? The really lanky, like giant insects.
Yeah, that was the DLC, right?
Or something like that. It's on the ground. It's like it walks around, but you can go underneath it.
Can I grab? I can grab it from here. That's nice. All right.
Grab him by the ass.
Now let's add some color. Okay, that.
Is
shit.
his abdomen going to be
Ah,
yellow
shit!
as
I've done it the
well?
wrong way around.
That's skin. That's the skin color, Tyler.
Yeah.
Go a bit to the right.
All right. I've accidentally done all of that on the color one, so I need to add another layer because I'm shit as hell. All right.
I don't understand. I'm oblivious.
What have I done again? It's gone above. Let's drag it below. There we are. That's better.
This would have been good as our April Fool's, really.
Well, that's what Fella said. He's in the comments now. Unsmogly the Existent. He's been commenting. He's quite like this series, or say series. The one thing we've done.
Oh, it was actually on the April 1st, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And I did like a joking one at the first one that was like the arms Glyphid, and I just gave him really big arms. And he said I should have just edited the video
Anchor
there.
arms.
Um,
I do want an enemy that has like actual muscles. You know, like you get animals in the wild, in the real world, that have this like muscle definition, like kangaroos.
yeah, they're fucking.
But the
ripped.
thing is, every alien so far has been more like a bug than an animal. Even though obviously bugs are animals, but you know the difference.
Yeah.
If you were to say the two side by side, you know, you can tell. If I were to say that if they are different things, you know what an animal is, you know what a bug is, and they're all bugs. There's no animals really. I want some animals. Although I guess the implication is that anything like that is dead because of those big fucking rib cages, and obviously, that is actually the implication there because that wouldn't be a bug because it has a skeleton. Bugs have exoskeletons. So the ribcage did belong to an actual creature. The next mod review video. Oh god. Anyway, hello Nathaniel. Well, I think we're gonna do the dev Q&A thing this Saturday because I kind of want to return to form. I don't want to keep breaking the routine like we have been. So it's going to be a catch up anyway, which is why it doesn't need to be like on point. It's not the March one or the February one. It's got a bit of both, so it doesn't. And then the mod thing will be after that.
Yeah. Alright, this is probably it.
Oh my god.
I think maybe
I feel like
unless you can think of some better ideas. First of all, I'm going to get rid of some of this, clean this up a little bit.
I mean, his beard kind of weirded me out. Not that I think it shouldn't be there. I wish it was a bit more of a actual thing. You know, I like the things they put on the front of trains, to like push like snow out of the way or whatever.
Alright.
Like a plough. It's just the texturing of the beard is weirding me out because it looks like a gunk seed.
It could be less beard and more tumorous growth that's like coming out from under the bottom of it.
I mean, it doesn't look like either though. At the moment.
Let's just add. That's not black. I'm gonna add like black tips. That's still not black. I'm erasing. That's why. That'll do it. Like to.
I remember someone on Reddit posting species that looked wolf-like, but it's still an insect. That would look interesting for sure. That would be horrifying.
Plus, someone would want to fuck it.
This guy's kind of horrifying, actually. The Chad. It's like this big sort of fleshy spider. Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. The black. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the way they are at the moment, I think they're better as just the the pair, not necessarily a boss and minions. I like the idea. It's just.
I think maybe if we want to add any sort of gameplay to these two, the Soy and Chad plays a lot more with, stun and fear effects, right? In the Chad, despite being more of a normal Glyphid, other than obviously his huge fucking legs, is like as immune as an oppressor, and like what that would play like, right? Because oppressors, you kind of feel that they'd be immune, right? There's no dissonance there in how much they can just fucking firm anything that happens to it. Meanwhile, this Soy could literally be just, he's susceptible to everything. Like, even just normal gunshot sounds, he flees the fuck away from, or some shit like that. And how different of experiences it would be. Like, a normal-sized enemy that just firms it, and a normal-sized enemy that literally is afraid of fucking everything, no matter where, or some shit like that. If we wanted to apply some gameplay to these two.
Well, I feel like we have to. That's got to be part of this.
Justify it, yeah. I mean, yeah, it kind of is. It's like design and a little bit.
It's like a walking sausage. And Soy Glyphid looks like a head crab wearing glasses. The glasses are a bit on the nose, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to. These aren't serious, right? We're not gonna post this to Ghost Ship and be like, get on this. Like, get on this.
I would. Did I know that wolf spiders eat birds? I don't think they.
Well, clearly they eat wolves, right?
Information again.
Because spiders tend to get, Goliath bird-eating spider.
Yeah, that's the thing. Birds. That's what I mean. Isn't that the only one that eats birds?
It's the only one that's got it in his name, at the very least, that we know of.
Yeah.
But
maybe we should make a Glyphid bird.
It's like a Glyphid leaper or some shit, and it like leaps onto a Mactera and like jumps off it towards you or some shit.
I mean, we definitely need one that drops down from the ceiling.
Alright, I'm probably.
I know you find that terrifying. But...
Yeah, that would be nightmarish. Although I like it because I want the game to play up its horror more. Alright, it's probably.
Well, yeah, so it was the idea. It's like a different kind of web spitzer. I just thought web spinner, and he just he's a bit tougher, and he sort of.
I guess he's
comes down and grabs you. He just drops down from the ceiling. It would essentially be a cave leech, but it can maneuver to anywhere on the. That's actually a good idea. That's the thing. That's like got genuine. Where have they gone, Tyler?
They're on this slide. I think we're. I don't know what. I don't know enough about this to be able to like copy and paste them and do shit like that. Plus, that requires a keyboard, which is to the other side of the room. So for now, they kind of got to sit there. If you want, I can make him do a little jig. Oh shit, that's not all of it. Boom. And then. Oh, that's just a bat. Oh, that's
Boom and then Shaka.
Oh god, that's kind of creepier. This guy's kind of creepy. Oh fuck.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a bit ominous.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's weird. It's taken the colour.
Yeah,
out of
it's
him.
because it's the colour's on a different layer, and that's the layer that I'm interacting with right now. So it only touched the colour.
That is so weird.
And I do not know how to grab all, so that probably won't occur. I can't make him jig. I can make his skin jig though. So that's something, I guess. All right, should we do a serious one now? Should we do your serious one, or do you want to?
Oh god, I guess it's gonna be the guy I just mentioned.
The guy.
Well, we'll take some ideas. We'll take some suggestions, but I feel like maybe that's how we should do it though. There should be one that's from one that isn't.
Yeah.
But either way, give us your ideas. Call that dropping Glyphid the Glyphid Slammer. I don't know if we should have like that.
It'll be like the Womp in like Mario, right? It's just got like a huge ass fucking like thing. Like it's like a wall crawler. Like I mean, oh god, I would have no idea how to draw them. Ceilings like up here. It's like just your average acid spitter type enemy, except it's got like this huge fucking badonkadonk, like absolute humongous fucking badonka. Other words, but you get the point. And it just like crawls above you and then just fucking lets go and just falls onto your fucking head, and it just like crushes your skull in. And you'd have like a reaction of like Willem Dafoe, which I'm not even. All right, fine. All right, that's not him. Just looking up at it.
Welcome to DRG, where we take your dumb Glyphid ideas and make even dumber Glyphids.
You
I've
just
got 8 viewers.
straight
Obese
up.
bug. Well, actually, the Glyphid web spinner would probably be obese. He would have a massive ass. To store the webs.
I guess we'll transition to the. Oh, that looks worse. Ooh, I don't know what I've drawn here.
What is that? What is
Well,
that?
This was
When did that happen?
This was the
Did you-
crusher. But then you mentioned that, and I'm like, you know what? Now it's the web spinner, and now it's webbing all on his
Right,
face.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks.
All the web fluid.
Just unfortunately, this is an awful, horrible illustration that I want removed from the face of the earth.
That's fair. I will do that. Oh shit! I need to make this bigger. Even bigger. Bigger. There it goes.
Great.
All right. Huge bamboo. All right. Harry, we'll do yours first, I guess. And by yours, I mean it's not like I'm going to do mine. It's just we're going to do yours, and then maybe posit the audience a little bit. So what are you in for? What's your fix? Do you want a glyphid? I assume.
No,
No.
I want a Nayaka.
Oh, fuck you.
We're going places today.
I'm
already.
gonna need to pull up a Nayaka.
Basically,
the
I want
Nayaka,
an
okay.
enemy. I want an enemy that is small, but makes tunnels.
Like physically, the drills.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. Because the only enemies that dig in a way that's like, because obviously all the Glyphids dig, and the menace that digs and pops out in other places, and the trawler trawls through the ground and it can go underground. But the only ones that actually dig and leave their mark are big ones. They're massive tunnels. I want something that's really fast and just digs like tunnels really quickly. And I guess pretty easy. It's just a Nayaka tunneler. It's not a very imaginative name, but
No.
and it would probably look fairly similar. We just need to make the front of it look more like a drill. We just need to make the front-
All right.
And maybe it would have like lots of legs on its side that would help push away the dirt as well. It would have like a windshield. It would have like There he is.
Yeah, I've got a Nayaka.
I just want one that's also in more biomes. I mean, it would need to be tougher though. Obviously, it needs to be able to dig through more than just sand. And it would be like it would dig tunnels very quickly, and it would just end up being lots of dug tunnels. But they'd still be big enough for people to walk through. I feel like otherwise there's not much point in them. So they could actually be helpful in that way,
For some
but
reason,
they could also ruin sort of like defensive positions.
the Nayaka has a lot of angled shots. If you look him up, it's just the wiki. For some reason, it has a ton of like grayed out images with just his weak point in green. For some fucking reason.
Mantis, Glyphid, Armadillo from Ben 10. I don't remember Armadillo. You should know I mean, unless it's not from the original series.
No, I only obsessively watched the original.
Oh, Armadillo. He looks stupid.
Nayaka. What was the other one? Nayaka Driller or
Tunneler.
Tunneler. Well, what is the current one? Trawler, I guess. So.
Ruler.
Uh,
You know, spell tunneler.
boom. Might be 2 L's.
2 L's.
Boom. Tunever.
Fuck. Oh, look at that. Tunever. I guess you just need to get a feel for, like, be able to actually draw that thing first.
Yeah, this
We
is.
can start with that, and
Alright.
then you build off of it.
It'll. Yeah, alright. First of all, giant fucking slope, right? It's a huge ass, like. Thing.
Well, I feel like you would have multiple slopes. You'd have like
might.
one of those. You'd have like 4 of them.
He has like a
It's like a
little
compass.
little notch. I assume this thing, which he's got some spikes here. I assume this is the bit that grabs you, right? This is the nipper.
I don't know what that is. Doesn't it just grab you with its mouth? Just
Maybe
the front of it.
but
Pretty sure.
but I think this might be like clearly this was somewhat shark based, right? Like if I were to just continue drawing out the fucking like thing, like yeah, it's a little bit back here, and then like this is the weak point like under here, and then it just peeks back round. If I were to slap like a fin here, right? You got yourself a fucking shark, like boom shakalaka.
God. Well, they do call them sand sharks, don't they?
Yeah, like clearly this was a shark-based design, which we could play around with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's actually a perfect fucking shark for your idea. As much as I like the drill idea,
What?
do you know of the cookie cutter shark? It is a tiny little fucker whose bites are basically they look like cookie. I've just wrote coochies. Fuck. I put C instead of E. No, C. K instead of fuck. Cookie cutter. I'm looking him up. If you're looking him up as well, either way.
I can't. I didn't actually hear the name, Tyler.
Right. Cookie cutter
Can you just
shark.
type it in chat or something? Okay.
It's just cookie cutter, and he's a little shark.
Oh, cookie cutter.
Yeah, and he is tiny, but he just bites hard, and that's like it just like takes small little
God.
chunks out of things. I mean, I mean, I'm just gonna. I don't know what a good picture is. I guess this is probably one. This one's he's a bit of an ugly fuck, to be honest with you, but that fits in with the Nayaka trawler vibe.
Oh, dry dolphin Nayaka.
Yeah, they're slightly dolphin as well. It
Well,
could be.
this could be a swarmer type enemy, and they come in like groups. That's how they dig tunnels of any reasonable size.
Maybe, yeah.
And you can sort of thin out the herd to the point where one isn't really going to do little damage, so you could technically leave it alive.
I just realized. I wonder if can this see? Okay, no. I was wondering whenever I put a thing, you could see my entire fucking picture gallery. Well, there's nothing bad in there. I'd rather that not occur, but no, we're good. All right, you should now be able to see the ugly fucking thing. Not just
hello.
you,
There
but,
he
like,
is. There he is.
The audience.
Oh, come kill me!
Yeah. I guess we can zoom in a little bit. Hey, fella.
Why?
Yeah. So this guy might be a good idea. If we don't want to just slap a drill on it, this guy, he could literally like kind of eat his way through terrain with like a little mouth at the front, basically.
The last thing we need is a swarmer that can tunnel at you. That's the thing. I know. I don't necessarily want it to be a swarmer type. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
it could
scared.
be, you know, I mean, it doesn't inherently have to be a swarmer, but it can be the swarmer of Nayaka, right? It could just be 3 or 4 of them, and it would still be the swarmer of a Nayaka, considering the only other one is, you know, the big fucker, which I probably should pull up that reference back. I mean, it's now been sent to the void. I think I might have to like organise this thing a little better for next time, but we'll bring back the Nayaka.
I've got a perfect reference.
Yeah. I'll just finish him off. I mean, he's a very jagged piece of shit. Like, he has a lot of points to him. Just, I don't know. We've got, like...
A jagged piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just, like... He's got, like, bulbous parts with, like, spikes in. Just for no apparent reason. Just because he sucks. Just because he's a big, sucky loser. He's just riddled with spikes and hate. He is a being of distaste. And just give him like spikes everywhere. I know. Almost whale-like with that thing that I've given it, but it doesn't have that. It's just because there's like weird folds amongst it. Very weird-looking fella. But yeah, he's got like some spikes coming out of his ass. Have you sent it to the Discord? What? Where am I looking at this, Harry?
I'm sharing my screen.
What? Okay. What?
Digger.
You want him to look like that? Is that from Super Mario Galaxy?
Yeah.
That is a bit weird. Yeah, I really look like I've given it a mouth because of how I've done that. But yeah, he's a weird bastard. Weird looking fella. So, what? Wait, right. Do you want to slap a drill on him then? Or a drill on them?
Not necessarily. I want it to be like an organic drill. I guess it would sort of be like like a flesh, but sort of twisted into like a drill.
Right.
Ideally, this might be pushing your limits. It might be.
I guess we'll try and figure it out. For now we can try and like rework this guy into.
Did you
something.
mean for the thumbnail to still say pilot on it? It's not a new thumbnail.
Yeah, Harry's gonna.
It's just a placeholder.
Maybe slap me an actual professional one, or by professional I mean
I
our
could do
standards.
Yeah.
Of not.
What do you mean?
Drawn on here. But for now, that's
Shall I
the only thing
include the
had.
guys?
No, just have a more generalist one, at least for now, because that'll be what we have just for this. Unless you want to have like the Soy and Chad ones on it, because if so, I can switch.
Well,
over
I
to
could
that and you
include.
can
I could
screenshot it.
include Soy Jack and Chad.
Yeah.
You could include like the things it's based on.
All right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that works.
That's what I would do. And then also we'd put my controller and I'd put Digger in there as well.
Maybe, but we just want a universal one for while the stream's going, and then maybe a more personal one after.
Yeah, I'll do that, and it'll be like, yes, exactly. That's yeah, then you'll fucking hell.
Yeah. The whole eye
okay.
thing is so weird because Irreverent, as much as I agree with you, Nyakas also don't have eyes. NATO sites don't have eyes. Well, obviously rivals don't have eyes, but that's not really fair. Really, it's only Mactera that does, right?
Oh, the thing is, not all of them do, and they should, because it makes a lot of sense for most of them, especially the Glyphids. I actually like the Glyphids design in that. The implication is that they do everything surrounds their mouth, as in that they taste sort of the air to know where you are. Is my idea, and that they also shit out their mouths. But Mactera should have eyes, and some of them, like the Grabber and the Bomber, do.
Sorry, everyone.
But the others
If
don't.
you heard that.
What the fuck was that? I didn't hear it. I heard a little bit of it.
Well, I remembered that I can play the soundtrack on Spotify without ads, and it cycle. And so I did that, but my Spotify must have still been on like full volume from last time, so it just fucking soundtrack jump scared. If you can actually even
Caretaker
hear it.
does
I'm
have
not sure if
eyes.
you can.
Caretaker does have eyes.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true. Caretaker does, yeah. All right. Well, I think maybe we probably want to use the spikes for the living drill, because it will probably be this whatever this stuff is made out of. Like, is it like chitlin or some other natural bullshit that's like harder, like what your nails are made out of, stuff like that. The front bit will probably be made out of all that. I have no idea how to begin going at this. I guess just like start drilling. I have no idea.
What?
I'm really.
Oh my god!
It's just looking more like a propeller currently, which I think would be a very.
What is it?
A very.
It would. It would just need to be that, but cannot not flaps. It should. I don't know why it's like flaps instead of just being connected to the flesh. But I can't.
Well, no, it will be.
It sticks. It's cradilly.
It will be. It was just I was working to it. Alright, this is not entirely going well. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck am I supposed to do drills? And it would have like
You've made this.
I've made. Oh, look at your screen now. I've made a Pokemon.
It's crazy.
Um,
Weird.
it looks like more of a mouth because of how thick this line is.
Well, it was meant to be more of a spiral.
All right, let's.
I mean,
let's try again.
if it can spin though, it would work. That's the idea.
Yeah, let's.
But it wouldn't need to spin if it was just spiral, because that's. I mean, drills do spin still, but like it would spin. Its whole body would spin, I guess.
The issue is I'm drawing it at an angle, so I have no idea how I would. All right, because obviously you know spiral, you'd just like I don't know, just add more lines there.
What do you mean? How did you do that by accident? What?
I was drawing a spiral, but I shit.
Well, yeah, it should look like that from the front.
Yeah, obviously.
You need to be able to do that from this perspective.
I know, which is far across my fucking pay grade. And then I had to, then throw in some fucking depth as well, just for safe measure. I mean, I guess it would just be.
What if there's a mouth eating away at the dirt? Well,
That's what
I
I'm
don't want
down.
that because that's
I'm
kind
down
of
for that.
Well, that's kind of what glyphids do, though. I want a bug that is a drill.
Yeah, Harry is really up for the drill bug idea.
Bastard.
I'm more up for the cookie cutter shark gnawing its way through the dirt.
But it would need to have drill-like teeth.
Yeah, I mean, it would have like a mouth like this. Like it would just be like like it would just gnaw its way through like that, and maybe it would have like a couple more on the inside.
Try it then.
All right.
It's going to look a bit odd. It's going to look a limpet.
Yeah, I mean,
or
it's going to
lamprey,
be.
I think.
Yeah, it's going to look quite a bit like that. And it will. I mean, I guess it will have it like still not like dead forward, but it will have like it's like lips here, like weird ass fucking.
Try
fish
not
lips.
to make it look like some horrible like malformed penis.
It won't look like a penis, but it might look like a vagina.
This is supposed to be the serious one.
See, that looks like an eye, doesn't it? I need that this bit's really throwing me off. Alright. It ain't got an eye, let's just give it spikes, just jagged tendrils of hate. Yeah, I mean, I guess mouth wasn't much better. I can't deny that. I mean, obviously that would be smaller and probably wouldn't have this, unless this is integral to its tunneling. I think maybe I just actually I'll probably leave that as is, and then we'll move it, and then we'll try again with like the whole.
Are Glyphid Soy Jack and Glyphid Chad going to be in the bingo?
The bingo, yeah,
well,
why not?
I should say I am actually going to I'm going to put down just a pair, like as in like sort of a non-boss twins type thing.
Yeah,
as a possibility. Because we've got to cover pretty much fucking ground, so we can become prophets.
Yeah, man, if I knew how to copy and paste, this would be a lot easier. All right. So that's
Like being dead. What if it had a
mouth.
bunch of cone spikes in the front and just spin itself like a drill?
I like the idea of it. Yeah, it just spins its entire body and just rotates constantly.
Yeah, I think, but that's why I think it needs to have 4 of those sort of fins.
How
And
would
sort
it?
of, like they would bend and just like to propel itself.
How
it
would
be like
it
a propeller?
attack?
But
I think this is something we need to think of. Would it just like launch itself at you like a spear or something?
I think
out of the ground.
I don't know if it would attack. I think it would just try and dig around you.
I think we
be
could
a
both see
nuisance.
how horrific that would be, right? Because when you're like you have a fucking Thunderhead like squad and how fucked the terrain would be, right? That's something you did for yourself, so you can find it slightly funny. But if there is an enemy that actively ruins your terrain, wouldn't be appreciated. I don't think. Like, would enter like top 10 lists of things people fucking hate. But all right, I can kind of see an idea that we use more of like these. I assume is what you're getting at, and it would have like.
Yeah, I can't actually think of a good like example.
For now, we'll just
but...
we'll do the normal point, but then we'll just like writhe a little bit. And fucking piece of shit.
Although I got the core design now.
It's
It's
like a piece of corn.
What is that?
Well, it's gonna have like the extra
country boys make do.
yeah, it's gonna have like more of these bits, right? Isn't that one of the ideas that it would? I guess this should be one down here, and then maybe it would have like its spikes go like all the way down or some bollocks. Let's clean this up a little bit. I guess they could have like one giant spike each. Alright, I know what I need to do. I need to clean up this end. There we go. Actually, clean
Does
this up.
paint expire?
I think it does. Not on walls, I don't think. But I think if you leave a can. Actually, I think if you just leave a can, it might just dry, and then you painted the can essentially at that point.
Stick one.
I guess probably
I'm going to use this image.
if we just do another bit there, I mean that will essentially be it. I think.
Oh wow, yeah, that's perfect.
Just yeah, I mean, could have like some little stuffs here to make it a little bit more drilly, but it would essentially be it'd be like this. I think.
Well, I was thinking compass as a reference, and you would have sort of the north, south, east, like as in north. Hold on, what is it? Northeast or northwest? And they would be smaller, the ones in between the big ones.
Yeah, I think.
And they would just spin.
So yeah, something like this, right? Like.
Well, that was how the original idea was going to look, with that, not with the shredding mouth. And that way, it attacking would be a bit simpler, because it would just sort of knock you. Because I would, if it had like the mouth like that, like the top one, I would expect it to like attach itself to you and try and like shred you, like a leech.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can actually. All right, so we've sorted out the front of the head. I would say for now, at least. Let's call it that.
It took a while, but I mean, it's not like I could describe that, but that is what I was thinking.
All right, good.
So I'm actually impressed that we got there at all.
All right. So this is like a front-on view for now, at least, and this is like his head. Oh shit! What the hell am I doing there? Oh, I drew a straight line. Good job, mate. I probably should use that more, really. All right, let's move this up. Now that we've got the head, maybe let's do the rest of the body. How different do we want it from the normal one? Right? The normal.
Well, it needs to look like one, but like the enemies, they always have. All different in colour as well. That's the thing. Like even in the same species, kind of like even like Brundles,
I think
Mactera, that the Brundles sort of like a dark blue almost. Well, Mactera's like green and yellow. So it needs to look like a trawler. It needs to look like a Nyaka, but it shouldn't necessarily be the same colours.
I don't know how often you would look at the chat, but I also like class. I kind of like Nathaniel's excavator a bit more.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good name.
Yeah. Or at least we'll throw it under it. I'll copy this. Although I will actually have to excavator.
Well, the only problem with I think the only problem with it knocking you around is that the trawler also does just knock you around as well as try and grab you.
Yeah. I know. I kind of like it in being a little bit more like kind of like shredders, and by kind of like I mean a lot like. Where they would go for like a piercing melee, but if you can just hit them before they do it or as they do it, they go down. But I think that's kind of two different ideas. I'm thinking like proper little swarm of shits in the ground, but I don't know how small are you thinking for these things, right? Because being smaller than a trawler is still like a glyphid size.
I think slightly, like not necessarily as small as a grunt. No, not as small as a swarmer. I mean, probably bigger than a swarmer. But not by much.
All right.
I don't know.
Health wise, what are we thinking? Because that'll
God,
also
we want
help.
to do that as well. Oh,
Well, that
I mean,
it
I guess
helps
I need.
paint a
Okay, this
picture.
is the stuff I should be looking at. Hold on.
Like,
You've already done that. Oh, let me look at. I can do this stuff now. Trawler.
because-
300 base health. I assume that's the average.
Is that just trawlers? They're pretty tanky. That's like more than a glyphid, right?
Well, the ones hazard 5 is 360. I think they should probably be about a third, if not less.
Because you're thinking about that size, right? So it would make a bit of sense.
What size?
Well, you're thinking about a third size of the trawler.
Yeah,
So if it's
but it should
health,
probably be a
we're
bit
down
weaker than that. Because the thing is, swarmer type implies one pickaxe, and I don't know if we want that.
Well, how about, right? Because here's the thing. An important part about the trawler is that he's a very tanky bastard until he reveals his weak point, right? The weak point is a very important part of it. Is that going to carry over?
No, I think his body would just be really weak, but the head would be like almost undeadable, maybe.
You think we're like talking, like fucking, what's some oppressor tier armor of just the best tier, unbreakable, basically undamageable.
Yeah, honestly, yes. I want it to be like a tiny enemy, like a swarm type enemy that has like unbreakable.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is one shot, though. Maybe even.
Maybe the rest is all weak point. It's like all.
Yeah, that's what I
glowing.
mean. Yeah. Well, that is technically what they are. I mean, the thing with oppressor is that their weak point doesn't actually need to be a weak point because it doesn't take any more damage.
Yeah.
Because it's a weak point. If you deal bonus weak point damage, you do more damage to it, but it's actually just like normal flesh. Apart from that, because it's a 1x weak point multiplier. But yeah, the whole thing would be a weak point except for the head, which would be unbreakable, like invincible. I actually really like that idea, especially for like a smaller enemy using that mechanic. So it'd have to be that because that head would have to be rock hard or like metal basically. It would have to be tougher than all the terrain, and we can't destroy the terrain with normal bullets, obviously. So
Yeah,
it
it does
be
make
like-
sense.
yeah, it'd be really fucking tough.
All right, I think
Yeah.
we're gonna start putting some stuff down here. Just like color scheming it a little bit.
This is making the back of it look a bit worse. It looks really like undetailed.
it is.
But I guess the
I'll
back
give it to
is
it.
just going to be sort of like a fleshy.
It will
glowing...
be. It would just be
mess.
like the beard I gave fucking the other thing earlier. Really, just like a weird thing.
I like the idea of breaking the drill and seeing a big leech mouth under it, and it starts being aggressive towards you.
I think
Well-
that would be a pretty cool idea in that they don't actually. They're just kind of always there, right?
Yeah, see, Nathaniel, that would make more sense for a bigger enemy that has like more. I don't know, possibly even stages to its attacks. I mean, I think enemies should sort of get. Something should happen when they lose all their armor anyway. It's probably like become enraged or something. Why is that part pink? Like
I
that?
don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of.
mean, it's
That's
probably
kinda
could be
weird.
A bit darker.
It's like strawberry ice cream.
Well, trawlers are
It's-
about that. Like I'm pulling
Well, that's
all
the
these colours
tone.
from
Well,
trawlers.
that's the tone of its skin when the light is directly on it.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, like that's not what the whole thing looks like. Alright, now you're getting there. But like, sort of like the parts you've already done that are sort of brown. It should almost be like metallic, almost.
Yeah. Well, it's because I don't know. I mean, it would have to be like tons of like plated, right? Like all this flesh bits like that. There would just be more spikes here, right? I mean that would be like a pure
hold on,
shield.
Look at the normal. Look at the troll lights. Almost got like metallic parts on it anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'm
just
pulling the metallic things
like
from
that.
that. Yeah.
It's like silvery.
And then a bit of light to shimmer through or some bollocks. I don't know. Yeah.
Shit ass.
No. Alright. And then yeah, probably the back would be just like weirdly. It would be like tubular, I would imagine. It's just like yeah, actually, that looks quite a bit like a turd.
What?
Like a turd.
Like a turd
Like a turd
in the wind.
Like a turd in the wind.
It was Venom.
I know.
Not just a guy. Like a turd in the wind.
Yeah. I don't know. I really can't.
Sorry, but if I'm not getting chat, if I'm not reading too much of chat, because I am trying to design a thumbnail.
Yeah. I can't quite remember. Like the receptions of that movie was like, it's not good, but I enjoyed it. Or
It
some
made
shit
like over
right?
$1 billion. It made way too much money.
Yeah.
Oh god, I even forgot to go on my little tangent when I showed you the digger. It's just like I have 100%ed Super Mario Galaxy 2 now.
But just now, like just.
Oh, yesterday,
Right.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't very climactic.
I mean, what's 100%ing it in like Mario games? Is that just like getting all the stars or something?
Yeah. Although those games are fucking fantastic. The first one's better, to be honest, but it's neither here nor there. Alright, he looks like a Cheeto.
Yeah, I'm not entirely fond of the giant fucking weak point body.
Oh, it's looking better now.
It seems to. Actually, I guess the red is more close to the flesh. Oh, Dreadnought music started playing.
I do actually like that front view. Because that's exactly what I imagine. Pardon me.
Some fiery hot shit. You know what it would look like, right? It would actually look like quite a lot like a little meteor. Like if this was more plated, like I think we're imagining, but I really just don't want to draw because that would just be really hard. Well, it would be hard, but it would just look really grey and kind of even worse. But like it would like this like the fire plume coming out of it, and it would be like this really like plated front. But for now, I don't know. Yeah, I guess this is it, or a version of it, to at least a conveyed point, I guess. Oh shit.
When it comes to an enemy that looks like is a drill, this is actually pretty close to what I imagined.
Yeah.
So,
I think maybe
you've done a great job capturing my imagination.
Good.
I salute you.
Yeah, and then it'll be like, like I guess if we were to write some stuff down.
This thing's flesh looks edible stuff inside sea urchins. What?
Breaks. Terrain. These are like the main features of it. We're talking. How small did we like half Glyphid, right? So like slightly bigger than Swarmers, some shit like that, right?
Yeah, slightly bigger than swarmers. I'd say still noticeably smaller than a grunt, though.
So
But
we're gonna
definitely bigger
go
than a swarmer.
Swarmer type still.
Yeah, because it is actually a one-shot enemy, like pretty much all the time. Though. It's like, I mean, I guess one-shot enemy implies that it literally always goes down one shot, like a parasite, but it's not. It's like a swarmer. It just has such little health, but it's a tight. As in, swarmer type is actually tiny enemy. It's actually the category, and they're all like that's shredders, shockers, swarmers, and all the other guys. Except this would just be the same as those, except it has impenetrable armor on it as well.
Yeah.
Which is why it sort of needs to be a little bit bigger though, to accommodate for that.
Yeah, so the weak
Bang.
point's technically
It
bigger.
would sort of be mostly longer than a swarmer, more than like anything else.
Yeah.
As in, like the back 2/3 would be the vulnerable part, and the front would be completely undamageable.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think that is this one. I guess we're at time for one more, and this could be a more.
Wait.
I mean, we could stop now, but
Okay, let's see if anyone's got any ideas.
yeah.
I need to show you. I'm struggling a bit. Maybe not as
alright.
much as you, but don't know, man. I don't know. What is that? Look at this. It's not great, is it?
I'm not fond of the background.
No, of course you... No.
Was that the one part you liked?
Yes.
I think that's alright.
do-
It's just,
What?
I don't know, the colours are a bit much.
Oh, it looks horrible though. Like that.
I guess.
I don't hate that. I was thinking that the letter, maybe these ones should actually be different colours.
Yeah, something
Well.
like red. I like red. Like
Hold on.
whenever we do
I-
like the normal stuff, I normally have like red to be the other colour.
Probably the wrong one actually. Probably be the other colour, other side. Oh.
I'll keep an eye on chat. Mother glyphid that explodes into swarmers when killed, except when it's killed while on fire or frozen. Frozen's pretty normal, but the fire one's interesting.
So it's like a flood carrier.
Yeah, which I don't want to be a slight nitpick, and I know this is still slightly different, but that is what a Nexus does, right? It does, other than fire, obviously, it still blows up, but so I guess, you know,
This guy.
there's an argument either that it's already been done or that there is evidence for it to be done, right? That they don't mind doing that. I think that argument goes either way. I think there's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, I think people want to reserve the term Mother Glyphid for something a lot bigger and a lot more final endgame boss. But I think...
Well, that's Queen. Really,
I guess
isn't it?
Queen.
Queen or
is true.
matriarch.
Yeah.
Because usually what they go for, not mother.
It could be like feeder glyphid, where it's like a glyphid, you know, like, well, you know, like breast milk, right? It's like the glyphid
You know
edition
breast
of
milk.
that,
Yes,
where
I do, I know him quite well.
It's like a bunch of swarms are like attached to it, like, you know, like suckling, and then you'd kill it, and all they're doing like ah. Next is only a world spawn though. Yeah, there is, you know, you definitely could do a moving version of like a surprise shit ton of enemies. Though once again, parasites, and I mean the shitty kind that some people have never experienced.
I was about to point that out. So many people have not found parasites yet. They're basically not in the game, and they also shouldn't be. So that's the one thing they need to retcon out. It just shows they clearly just don't want to get rid of stuff, even though the parasites warning is. It's not useless though. We discussed this. It should just be made into a Nactera plague equivalent for the rockpox.
Yeah.
Where it just spawns rockpox enemies and you can get the swarms and stuff, but you don't have to do the objectives. You know. Either way. Oh well. Yeah, people like sort of say Glyphid root mother, this malarkey. I don't know.
I think we there's definitely room for it. I think what would the actual, like, obviously upon death it would explode into a bunch of enemies, but what would it do before it dies? Paint that picture. Like, would it be like a warden kind of running in and out of fights doing nothing in particular? Would it just be like a normal grunt fighting you, but then when they die they blow up? Would it be more of an exploder where they actively try and blow up because they know that's the best thing they can do? Like,
Well, a flood carrier form just slowly wanders towards you, and then it just falls over and explodes. But that's because
so it would
the flood infection forms, which are basically swarmers, but they're infection forms. They're more like rockpox larvae because their goal is to infect you.
yeah.
It seems a bit more suited to that, but I don't know if we really want to design any rockpox enemies. Although,
At least
I mean,
maybe not
it's
now.
a very basic
Maybe we'll do that for a certain
idea.
episode.
I guess we could get this out there, but you wouldn't. We could get this out there, but not necessarily design it. It's just if there was to be any more rockpox enemies, a rockpox exploder could explode into. It could just release lava and explode.
I think
so
alternate
it'd be like sort of
alternate
equivalent to a
forms
flood carrier.
of I'm really not sure if we can. I can say what I would classify them as, but like the exploder types where they essentially end their own lives, because YouTube really doesn't like the words you would use to describe that. But those ones, I feel like we could get some more alternate ones, where maybe instead of just blowing up, they do other things, which I think would be interesting. Obviously, Crassius is a addition of that, but yeah, other ones.
Oh god, the golem! I don't think we should do the golem today. Good lord!
I have a golem design on a piece of paper for one of the game mode types that I was going to make, like the ancient ruin golem, which I quite like. But yeah, not today. I think today is a bit more spit on the wall. Maybe some other ones will have like Rockpox theme, right? Maybe we'll go for more themes at some other points, where we go for like new Rockpox enemies, golem types, like inanimate types enemies, stuff like that. For now, obviously, this was just testing out the thing. I'm glad to see the interest is here. Like, I was worried that there would be no chat, no attention.
No, we would
no
go
one
up to 8 viewers at one point.
Yeah, I kind of knew that if Unsmogly existed caught wind of this stream that it'd join in, but I wondered if he actually would. But I'm glad you are here because you're the one person.
It's also it's definitely
in
proved. It's obviously proved that it's also. I think this is obviously better as a stream as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like obviously, for so many reasons.
Because I think you and me definitely.
It's not like our videos are edited. I just mean like this stuff. It excuses itself by being streamed, as in like, it's a type. Obviously, we've actually been pretty on it in terms of like from the verbal side of things, but it's kind of thing where there could be silence because Ty's just drawing, and also having live suggestions is incredibly helpful.
Yeah. And by the way, Sir Bean Dip, Melee Mactera.
And I think it's better than just I'm doing. I think it's just what
he's put Melee Mactera. There should have already been one.
Yeah, well, we could do redesign, but it's just like I wouldn't actually design the bundle. I would just rework it what it does.
I think that'd be for like another time of like maybe a podcast where we go through like missed opportunities in our eyes, right? Something along those lines.
Honestly, it feels like we've already done that, but I think that's only because we made that suggestion when we went on that bundle rant.
Yeah.
It's like we should probably do this at some point. Well, we will. I don't know when. Probably quite.
I had the mother slime from Terraria in mind when they had the idea. No, yeah, I see that.
I'm going to into the slime comment because there isn't slime, and it's a very common enemy type, especially in anything fantasy, and that would sort of be another bit of that. But it would still, like, you could easily conjure up a reason why Hoxies would produce sentient slimes.
Yeah, I mean, slimes would be cool playing into more of the, well, slime could go either way, right? Because slimes in fantasy would be the balls of gelatinous fuckle, right? But they're often also used as a bit of a shapeshifter, right? Like, I mean, this is an Elden Ring, if anyone played that, which I assume statistically someone probably has here. There was slime type enemies that would mimic the player or mimic just other enemies in the area. And that's quite common in generally other things. So you could go like fantasy slime in a sci-fi, like I don't know how you put it, like sci-fi thing type enemy, which would be kind of cool. But I don't know. Passive creature that is like the cave floater, but you stand on it and traverse around. So is this the same type of enemy? It doesn't do anything, but if you kill it, it will spawn a bunch of little things. On Hoxie, slimes could be giant amoebas. Yeah, I mean...
Sorry, I'm just looking at Nathaniel's like, that is the cave below, right?
It'll be on the floor, I guess. Or unless he does mean floats around. And I think the middle tier between Praetorians and Guards, I think is about like Warden in size-wise.
It's in terms of size, yeah.
Would we play on that primal eel of like actual spiders when they have the youngs on their back? They would. I guess I could probably start drawing because I've just been verbal for a while now.
Glyphid carrier.
Like they'd have like just like fat fucking. Like I guess we just do a humongous ass. There's a humongous ass, and then it would be like the actual glyphid.
So this could almost be like that part of the Dreadnought's arsenal, but turned into an enemy that's like sort of in the normal pool. As in, it would probably have like a pheromone spit as used to target the spawn. And
Yeah,
in that
I
sense,
think
it would also the swarmers would also look like the Dreadnought ones, so you can tell. Because you know how the Dreadnought ones are like sort of almost reddish, they have like a red tint.
yeah.
They'd probably be those ones. I mean, I don't know why they're doing this neon green.
Well,
maybe they've been
for some reason when I thought of Spawn, like the little spawners, I think of neon green. I mean, I guess that's the spawn type, right? They're neon.
Well, Tyler, this could even
they're just
be
very
this.
green.
We could turn this into like a pheromone using enemy, where it could. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if that really only makes sense in like a team when there's more than one player, I guess.
I
But
think
it could target more than just its own swarmers. Even you could have a prolific controller type enemy,
I think
where it sort of directs.
the
them.
only
I don't
issue
know.
is that there's only a one enemy type that inherently needs a spawning type enemy, and that's Mactera, right? And I wouldn't even say that because NATO sites are essentially Mactera, and they do have a spawning ones. As far as aerial spawners and land spawners, you're kind of covered. But so I don't know what I would go to in that. Like those passive NATO sites and biozones, yeah, a boomer type enemy that covers you in pheromones, getting it close to you would be interesting. Really big. I'm thinking they're a little armor but makes up a lot of it in it for a lot of HP, like a Praetorian amount of HP with light armor. Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't be a spawner. Maybe
No,
it would just.
no, I think
maybe it wouldn't passively spawn enemies. It would either release them all on death, or it would like, release them as you damage it.
Yeah, well, the only issue is I was thinking of an enemy which I think is going past Nathaniel's idea, and I do want to kind of do that just to have an audience's idea down. But like a one where it would essentially like summon, like spawn a bunch of them on its back, and then spit pheromones, which I don't know what the color of pheromones would be. I guess it is. And once you get like pheromoned, which I guess this is a dwarf, just
It's like golden shower. It's like the golden.
this is a dwarven man. He's not very happy. He's just been cummed on, stick body. Then the little shits would like start crawling out to you. Basically, like it would wake them up, and as it like they crawl out, like holes are made inside where new ones would like regrow essentially, or like crawl out, and it would like every 10 or so seconds like it would run away, come back, spit on you, and drop a shit ton more. But that doesn't sound very pleasant. But that was the idea that was starting to develop in my head. But so just to be clear, Nathaniel, it doesn't fly. It's just like more of a like cave. Is it like a flying cave cruiser, or is it more of a silica harvester with it crawling on the ground? Because that's what's kind of getting me a little bit. I feel like it would be maybe a further different color of Swarmer to differentiate it from the Nexus a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I think we got like, I mean, what's the normal Swarmers? Normal Swarmers like pink, and there's like green, a slightly red version. So it might be maybe it'd be like a bluer one, I guess, maybe.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what else is really left. Maybe, or like double down on the red one since that's not used that often. Yellow, I guess you could have just a yellow Swarmer. Yellow Swarmer kind of works, I think. We'll get rid of this.
Oh no, you're covered in piss.
No, I been pissed on.
You'll be pee pee.
Cave
Piss
Cruiser,
pool. Pee pee
you
pee
can
pee.
stand on. Two different ideas, by the way. The Mother Glyphid and the stand-on ability Cave Cruiser. Cyan, yeah, okay.
I really don't understand what he's trying to get at here.
I think he's been having two different ideas at the same time. So, first of all, we got these... I guess I probably should pull up a Swarmer, really.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're not
Hard,
the most complex.
GID Swarmer.
We've got to say, man, I need.
I don't
piss.
think this is Deep Rock anymore. No,
And
it
I
is
should
not.
be able to do that.
I hope that wasn't enough to
Will. So,
fucking get this taken down.
it's done.
Alright, Harry piss. Also, did you know it's my idea? I went back to check, but I swear either you missed something or I did. It's somewhere up in the chat. Alright, yeah, I think Harry might have missed it. It's fine, I'll just blame Harry. It makes me innocent. I'm not sure if I could even scroll. Okay, I can scroll here. The existent mineral encrusted enemy, Crassus proves this to be feasible, and it would give mineral lore practical. I assume it's a bit further up. At this point, I think it might be further down. I'm not sure. I don't know how far back your idea is at this point. If we missed it. Might just be easier to repeat it. I won't judge you for it. Oh crud. Why is that there? I accidentally screwed up my chat, so I'm just sorting it out. I guess it's a little intermission, I guess, since Harry's not even here. Alright, Cave Cruiser you can sound was a different idea from the Mother Glyphid, yes. No, that wasn't the one. Can't wait for the update to come out and for either to have guessed most of them or to have guessed absolutely nothing. I mean, with Ghost Ship, you never quite know. Like they do try and give people what they want / ask for, right? Like with the secondaries, like everyone wanted a crossbow and a railgun, but they didn't quite know how they were going to get it, and that's what Ghost Ship plays with. And so with like the rocket launcher, I imagine people wanted a rocket launcher, didn't quite expect a homing mini one. Whereas the rocket launcher isn't mini, but the rockets kind of are. So even if we kind of get it right in the oh yeah, they're adding either speed boost warden like in the last video, or this one a mining trawler. Even if we get that, it will probably be radically different to the one we actually designed, because it's a lot easier to just say blanket statements and then call it than go hard all the way into the details, because then as long as one detail is different, it's not going to be right. And unless they copy it one to one, it will be different. Although if Ghost Ship's watching, you could easily copy it one for one. We would not mind. Although I think that means we're qualified to work for you, so you would have to hire us, I guess. But it is what it is. It was the mineral one. See, I see you talking about the mineral one, but I didn't actually see the mineral idea. Is it just a mineral encrusted enemy? All right, I realize now. Yeah. All right. Could do that. Or I could try and do a bit of both. What mineral would you want it to be encrusted with? I guess is a question. I do think we might be approaching the end now. Anyway, I guess probably only really one per might be possible, but I guess I'll just throw together a couple of them now. Oh. God, scrolling through like Google Images for stuff on Deep Rock is a bit weird because there's not many images there, so it starts getting pretty random pretty quick. A group spawn of enemies that all work in tandem, not like a group of enemies spawning, but like a duo or something. I think that was Harry has a pretty likes that idea. To be honest, it could be anything. Doesn't have a specific one in mind, but Phase Unite could be interesting. People don't seem to like Phase Unite that much. I would say people don't seem to like it. I think it's a very new. Oh, I say new.
Progress, I see.
Less than like 400. It's more been talking, right? Less than 400 player level mineral, essentially. Like, because Ash, that's such an unschmoggle existent had the idea of a like mineral encrusted enemy, and I asked him what mineral he would want, and he's posited Phase Unite. But I think Harry, would you want more Phase Unite?
No.
No. Is there a mineral you would want more of, in all fairness? Yeah, so you are pretty high up, yeah. Two enemies that are always going to spawn together, like the twins, but normal enemies and less projectile. Yeah, that's essentially, I think that's, Harry, that's an idea you're pretty fond of, right? Two enemies that are kind of together.
Like the chicken and the crab.
The chicken and the egg. What came first?
Chicken and the cow.
Glyphid glimmer. It shines so brightly that you can't look at the area until you kill it.
Well,
fucking
hold on, we'll get to light in a
flashbangs,
minute.
people.
I was going to go back to one of the families comment. Wait for the update to come out and for to either have guessed most of them or to have guessed absolutely nothing. We will get something. I guarantee you.
It depends.
Don't worry.
As long as we keep it vague, then we can always tick a box. Like, we're never going to one-to-one predict everything down to the details, right? Like, even if they were to add, and I mentioned this because I did respond to that, a trawler that digs, their result of that is going to be radically different to the one we just made, right? But we could call that we made a trawler that digs, right? The actual terrain. So it depends how vague we're willing to allow it, I think. But yeah,
It'll be a healthy mix of vague and incredibly specific.
if we make enough guesses, we'll rewrite eventually. That's our train of thought. Yeah, that's what we do.
Well, I mean, some of it's not that. Some of it we didn't get that specifically right. Just the fact that I just had something like the Ripper in mind, and that something like the Ripper or that the Ripper got added, which is kind of weird. Even though it's not exactly what I was thinking, it's just It's not the most obvious idea. It's not the most obvious concept, but we still got it. I'm a genius.
I'm just still surprised. Like, of the melee weapons we guessed, I cannot believe the boomerang was actually the one that occurred.
Yeah, the issue I have with that is that we agreed that was like the least likely one.
Yeah.
And also that it would be for engineer.
Yeah. So, you see, once again, it's, keep it vague, keep it plentiful, and you'll get it.
What is this?
I don't know, I'm just doodling at this point. I think we might want to wrap it up. I might want to, I mean, it's just, I don't know, I think we're pretty much done.
Oh my god.
It's a bit of a weird colour in it.
It's not the colour that's the problem. What the fuck, bro? The Glyphid glimmer would only spawn in crystal caverns.
No, I control a jump scare.
Like a ton of that. Well, hold on. I thought we were going to rename it.
Depends, yeah. Let's take a vote, and by vote, I think it's you, me, and whoever in chat wants to actually speak up.
No, hold on.
Tunneler or excavator?
No, I'm going to literally do it.
Oh, right.
No, tunneler, not trawler.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Is that a poll? Oh, I can actually see it on OBS. I did not expect that. I can vote. Tunneler, Nyaka. My thing is that I can't tell if Tunneler being similar to Trawler is either a good or a bad thing. I think it's bad.
I think it's a good thing. Oh.
I'm gonna get them mixed up a lot.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that.
Nyaka excavator is probably. Oh shit! I need to sign in. Oh no. Oh, well, I accidentally closed chat on OBS. Oh well.
What? Chat on OBS? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like the stream chat for you. There's probably some other things I could do really, because I could actually try and make this look good at some point, and streamline it. But for now, I think this is going to be it. Hope you enjoyed. Well, what's the result of the poll first? I guess.
We got 3 votes in total.
Yeah.
Excavator is winning
By how many?
by 2.
All right. Well, my vote's excavator. You go Tanner. So I
No, by
guess-
1. Sorry, winning by 1.
Right. I think excavator it is. Nyaka. Alright, shit. What layer is it on? Probably the first one. Nyaka. Oh shit. I guess we'll use a different thing.
Cyan.
Excavator.
Escavalier. Lovely. Lovely.
Is our serious pitch. This is our less serious pitch. And that is Harry. Thank you all for
I
watching.
really like these guys though, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, they came out pretty alright, to be honest. I do actually really like the plentiful, thick-ass legs. I think that there is something there, in a more serious sense. And this guy's got pathetic little legs. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I intend to do this as many Mondays as possible, because we don't really do anything Mondays. Although Harry's going to be here now, but even when he isn't, I should be able to do it.
No, because we've got another vote.
Is it tied now, or it's too late either way?
I just mean the poll's got another vote. No, it's more excavator.
Good. Yeah, Nyack Excavator looks like a hot turd, and I think that's fair enough because Nyakas are ugly fucking creatures, and they deserve it.
I'm gonna vote for Tunneler.
Yeah,
That's 4060. Someone subscribed during this stream.
oh, that's nice. If you're still here for that, thank you. Yeah, I think you'll be back tomorrow, Harry, right? With your what is it? Is it an overclock workshop? Oh, I don't even know what it'd be at this point, would you?
It's
actually, no,
it's
it is, yeah.
I'm on grenades now.
Oh my, you finished all the equipment. Alright, so you can look forward to that. Yeah, thank you all. Rock and Stone. Say Rock and Stone, Harry, and then we can end the stream.
No.
Sorry, say the words, Harry.
There's Bart. Rock and